The fourth pick in the 2019 NBA draft goes to
Grizzlies.
the
Yes! Top 3, baby!
The third pick goes to
No. Come on!
At this point, you saw what's his name said today that KD is 100% coming. He called Ian Begley or some shit or whatever, somebody, right?
No.
Told him, whatever.
Sounds like the 10 other KD rumors I heard.
True.
What's going on, everybody? It's the MadGood Knicks Show. Far, Pete, Jay, TK, Steph.
Nope.
Here to give you some Knicks news.
Why do you sound so enthusiastic?
Yeah, let's start it again.
So the New
Let's
York
start it.
Knicks, it's my job.
I
No,
don't
let's start
understand.
It's my job.
Let's start it again.
All right? It's not the worst case scenario is what I'm trying to say right now. It's not the worst case scenario. In case you're living under a rock, the New York Knicks got the 3rd overall pick in the 2019 NBA draft.
Yeah.
I'll shut my mouth, guys. How do we feel?
Well,
Oh, yeah.
no.
Well,
Well, if you think...
No. We're not thrilled, to say the least. Right?
I think we could agree with that one. How about you, Pete? Been mute the whole time.
Not a up from you.
Wait, what pick did we get again?
Are you sure about that?
It wasn't the first, let me tell you.
All right. Let's be real for a second. Are we all disappointed that it's not Zion? Of course, because that's been the narrative all season
Also,
long.
we're slightly disappointed that it wasn't Ja.
We're slightly disappointed that it wasn't Ja. Now, there's no guarantee that it's not Ja, but most likely he's going to go number 2 because he's such an incredible player. And he was my, second just under Zion choice, so I would have been happy either way. This puts us in a position where, the future is just uncertain again. But doesn't mean anything bad necessarily.
Mm-mm.
It just means that we have to
Work
wait a
on
little
it.
bit longer
Yeah.
and work for it now.
If you guys remember, I did say that. And I'm biting my tongue here.
You did say that 2 minutes ago.
I'm biting my tongue here because
You guys
I
remember when I
did
was
say
speechless,
that
right? And I
the
was
Knicks
like,
are in a good situation if we get 1 through 3. And we just so happen to land with the 3rd pick. But I am going to backtrack from that statement because I do not feel as well as I thought going into this, knowing that if the Knicks fall 1 through 3, we have a chance at a great player, a superstar player, which we potentially still do have that pick. I know, but
You know what it is too. The other 2 top
They're
3
hesitating
teams
because
fell
of a
out
Canadian player.
that's what it is.
They're
That's what-
hesitating
that's what
because
it
of
That's
a
what it
Canadian
is.
player.
Go ahead. Elaborate more on that because that is
It's
probably
huge.
the
So
biggest
you
part
look
of
at the
it.
emotional roller coaster
Yeah.
that the Knicks
I know.
fans took through this entire process, which was, holy crap, the Phoenix Suns are out of the top 3. Holy crap, the Cleveland Cavaliers are out of the top 3. Holy crap, the Knicks are the only team that has the best chance at getting the top
number 1.
pick.
Yeah.
And then we get to number 4. It's the Lakers. Thank the Lord that happened. I'm like, the only bad thing that could happen right now is if the Pelicans end up with a higher pick than the Knicks, because then we lose all that AD leverage. And that's what ended up happening.
yeah.
The worst part about it is, I think as Knicks fans, we've been suffering for so long, right? And you have a team like the Lakers that acquire LeBron James via free agency after a couple years in purgatory after Kobe Bryant left.
Yeah.
And, their future's looking bright. They
I think it was
have
1 year, wasn't it?
1 year or so. They have Kyle Kuzma, they have Ingram, they have Ball. Everybody's raving about the Lakers, right? Shit hits the fan. They don't do as well as they're supposed to. They're not even supposed to get in the top
Chemistry
5. And the NBA throws them a stimulus package, bails them out. Okay, they get the 4th pick, right? This whole thing blew up in the Pelicans' face with AD saying, I no longer want to be there. Pelicans fans are like, what are we going to do?
Number 1 overall pick that panned out to now another overall number 1 pick.
Potentially that could pan out. But it's more so of
He still doesn't want to be there.
It's more so of the fact that, this team was supposed to be bad for years to come with AD leaving, right? The NBA throws them a stimulus package and they get the 1st overall pick. Memphis was supposed to be an NBA purgatory. You know, they were a semi-decent team for many years with Gasol, Conley, and that system that they had
Chandler
built
Parsons,
over there.
when
They
actually
trade
played
away
well.
one of their franchise.
That team is going to be blown up, right?
Exactly.
And now they have the second pick. The Knicks have been bad for so long, and nothing seems to bounce our way. And getting the third pick in any other season may seem like a pipe dream, you know, and we should be really thrilled about it. But for some reason, it just doesn't feel that way when we have a transcendent guy. And I know it's arguable at some point, but Zion Williamson should have been a New York Knick, in my opinion,
Shoulda,
at least.
coulda, woulda.
One thing to add here. So I think it's safe to say number one is Zion, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yep.
Second pick, interesting point you were saying. Memphis Grizzlies want to dish out Mike Conley, so they'll probably be going with the point guard, which
Yep.
will be John Morant, which leaves us with a third pick. So that's probably going to be RJ Barrett.
Yeah.
Now, is this something that you'd want to go through, or is this something that you would be looking to trade?
It
Are we
really
looking to put this on the
depends.
market?
It depends who is available to be able to trade for, but I'm very much on board with keeping RJ. This man's incredibly talented. Come on, guys. Why is it not? Come on, the glass is half full. Why are people so confused?
Because we could have
that-
had a
it's
once in a
like-
lifetime
that's
or
what I'm
a playmaker who can assist and someone who we haven't had in a long time.
But
It's
this
like
is-
one of those two.
Bro, but you could still be very well content with
So
this
the
individual.
only reason I'm siding
Again-
with Jay here, I know like you're a Duke fan and you're not high on RJ Barrett. I don't mind keeping him either, only because
Yeah.
now Knick fans, the real focus here is Kevin Durant. As soon as we get Kevin Durant, I mean,
And I'm sorry.
we still got to.
I'm a firm
It
believer.
don't matter what pick
I'm
we
a
got.
firm believer in these rookies elevating their play when they play next to superstar talent on a day-to-day basis. Going
That's gonna be fun.
practice, learning defensive schemes. You know what I mean? I'm defending arguably the best player there is.
good players
I'm
don't put up
defending
with
him.
shit.
They're
Listen,
going to
just-
be like a sponge.
Just for the record,
It's going to be exponential, their growth.
my disappointment isn't due to the fact that I don't think RJ Barrett will be a good player.
Yep.
That's not the reason, right?
Okay.
I just saw
Because he was drafted. I'm sorry, not drafted. He was
Projected.
ranked and projected
to be
higher
the first
than
overall
Zion
pick,
Williamson.
right? Absolutely. So it's not that I think he'll be a bust, or not that I don't think he'll be an all-star type of player. I just was looking too forward into the future and looking at the grass is greener with
Yeah.
Zion Williamson and John Morant. Now let's take a step back here because I think Steph really proposed a great question. And it's kind of like, what do we do from here, right? So yes, the option is RJ Barrett, but should the Knicks look to trade that pick just yet? Or should we settle in and realize what we have in free agency, right? Should we acquire Kevin Durant first, right? Get a potential Kyrie Irving or Kemba Walker, or see what we can mix into free agency. Build that roster there. Don't focus so much on the draft just yet, because we're not sure if we want to stay at 3, right? So let's build our team via free agency, and then let's revisit the draft. Because if you have a Kyrie
I'm sorry,
Irving,
but how is that possible?
Is it-
Because
yeah.
the draft, by the
Happens
way,
before
Thursday,
free
June 20th, and free agency starts July.
But what I mean is, no. What I mean is, after the playoffs is done, you'll get a clearer picture of who's going where and who's able to leave, who's wanting to leave.
Not really.
No, you're not going to you're not going to have formal conversation, but you're going to be able to tell, okay,
Yeah.
KD's going to be a free agent, Kawhi wants to leave. Those are still going to be out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the focus should be on free agency, not so much where like you can make a commitment, like we can sign KD ahead of time, which they probably already did. Let's just be honest here. But I think the focus should be predicated more towards free agency than the draft. You know, let's build on free agency and then let's revisit, okay, is RJ the best piece for this, or can we go out and get an AD? You know?
It wasn't that long ago that RJ Barrett was projected to be number 2, and then before
Yeah,
that number 1.
number 1.
So, but not the worst thing in the world.
It's unbelievable that what did they say that if we got the first pick we would trade for AD?
Woj said
Bro.
that was completely
I'm
false.
not,
That was
buying all
completely
that
false.
rumor bullshit.
Because
Well,
I was gonna
Willis said that's
say like
completely
then
I don't know.
what is planned in the future if we're not willing to even bank on our young stars coming out of college? So
Well, it's win now mode.
Yeah.
If you get KD and Kyrie, you're winning now. And do you really want to spend time developing a player like RJ Barrett?
But is that
Kevin
development?
Knox?
Would that be development though?
I don't think it is.
Because that's trial by fire. Like
That's what I'm saying. It's not development.
that's
I'm
an
saying,
outlier.
like, you-
That's an outlier.
Yeah.
You
I
are
agree.
not developing players if you decided to trade away the number 3
To
overall
me, a
pick, so-
development is
yeah.
like if you're picking a top 10, top 15. If you're in a lottery,
Yeah.
the late lottery, that's a development pick. Maybe you're picking top 3. Those players you bring in right then and there aren't based on potential.
Yep.
Those players are
I think
based
RJ
off
Barrett
of
could be a
like
starter,
bro,
man.
I think,
starting
like,
talent right now.
2-3 seasons down the line, this is going to be amazing, especially for the type of bench that we have, how they're going to continue
I
to
remember when I
develop.
said that about Frank Ntilikina.
And you were
Yo,
wrong.
2-3.
Nice.
All right, well, let us know what you guys think in the comments. Obviously,
Nope.
we're all a little bit distraught here, but
But it's
there's
not the
fi-
worst
It's not
thing.
the worst thing in the
Yeah, it's not
world.
the
You
worst
know,
thing.
it's
I think
like
it's good.
things could have been here. They ended up like right here just because we're the Knicks, baby. That's
If we
just how
got third
do.
pick last year, we'd be.
Yeah, we
No,
had
that's what I'm saying.
Luka
Had this been
Doncic,
any
Trae
other
Young.
season, we would have been really amped up about this.
Ecstatic.
all good.
So I
Yeah,
think we
yeah.
should project that same energy.
This was
even
our
though we're
rapid
not.
reaction. We're gonna have more interviews, videos throughout this week and next. Make sure you tune in. Please follow us on Instagram at MadGood Knicks Show, Twitter at MadGood KS, YouTube
Also,
right here.
let
Hit
us
that subscribe.
let us know down below who you want to select with the 3rd overall pick. We'll be talking about that more this offseason. And also, shout out to MSG. We see you, baby.
Rui Hachimura, 3rd overall.
God forbid.